Hello Game Boys and Game Girls, I'm the Game Boy Guru and welcome to my October Pickups and Arrivals video. I don't have as much to show you today, but I've got a couple of cool items that I will break the plastic and unbox for you here, and a neat little surprise as well. So first of all, I have to give a huge shout out to one of my early arrivals this month, and that is to Bernie and Kevin Retro on Twitter. It is at Bernie Retro, and they held a contest, and I won Jurassic Park for the Super NES. So I didn't have this one yet, and I was pretty excited to get that. I've actually heard that this is a reasonably good game, and so that'll be pretty cool to mess around with that at some point. But thanks again to Bernie and Kevin Retro, at Bernie Retro on Twitter. Go check them out. I'll link the description below as well, to so you guys can go follow them. They've got a fun Twitter feed, and they do all kinds of polls and fun stuff like that. So Jurassic Park. I finally got one of the another one of the limited run games that I've been waiting for, and that is Night Trap. This is the, I guess you'd call it the alternate art, which sort of mirrors the original Sega CD art. There's also, it's a reversible cover, and so I'll just show you here. There's, comes with a manual as well, which is always nice. But you can see there behind the cart, there's the alternate art. Not as thrilled about that. It kind of has a really super campy look that is okay, but is not really my thing. I kind of like the throwback nostalgia of the Sega CD cover, and you know, the blue bar on the side and all of that. So I really appreciated that, so I changed that up. And then of course also got the trading card. This is number 246. There's a whole set of these that apparently you could buy separately, but they're sold out now. I happened to see that on their website the other day. But cool to have this, especially since it's the original footage that was filmed for the game, but upscaled, you know, not the grainy Sega CD or even the slightly less grainy 3DO, but the actual original film that they have redigitized for the purpose of the game. So that'll be fun to play through, just to kind of, you know, have some campy fun, and just in time for Halloween. One of my other arrivals is something that I was alerted to by Single Banana from RF Generation. He apparently either pre-ordered it or supported the Kickstarter, something like that. And that is Lizard for the NES. This is a brand new NES game. Well, brand new as of 2015 anyway. But it was designed specifically for the console, and the physical copy was produced by Infinite NES Lives. I love the fact that it tries to echo the black box style of the early line of NES games from Nintendo. And, you know, cool box art there, and of course you got the logo everywhere except the bottom, of course. And inside we have the actual stuff here. We've got, there is a styrofoam insert that you can see there, styrofoam insert, and a dust sleeve, a nice manual, which, let's take a look at it, is full color. So you've got cool stuff like the sprites there, and in nice color and everything, and little map there, and of course the cartridge. And so this is a independent production, like I said. It says cartridge production there by Infinite NES Lives, and so I love the fact that they really went for a quality physical product with this. And it's an action platformer. I'm looking forward to checking it out and giving this one a go. Putting this in the old NES and giving it a try and seeing if it's fun. I've heard good things about it, so hopefully it does not disappoint. Next up, I got a collection of games that I bought here a couple months ago, I think maybe, or a month and a half ago, that I finally got in the mail here not long ago, and that is the Psikyo Collection Volume 1 for the Switch. This is the physical version of 4 of the games that came out on the eShop from Psikyo, and then of course ported over by Zero Div, and then Strikers 1945, Samurai Aces, Gunbird, the original Gunbird, and Soul Divide. Now I already had Gunbird in the form of Mobile Light Force on the PlayStation, but of course this is a better version of that because it's not as destroyed, I guess you could say. And Soul Divide I already had on the PlayStation, but this is probably relatively close to the arcade. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a manual, but it does have some cool artwork here on the inlay, kind of showcasing art from all 4 of the games. The Switch game card isn't actually in there because it's in my Switch right now. So I'll be putting some time into that. I kind of already messed with all the games the other day and proved to myself that I definitely need a joystick, a good arcade stick for my Switch, because the D-pad on the Pro Controller is not meant for these kinds of games. And once I get my flip grip, I'll find out how well the Joy-Con buttons work. But pretty sure I'm going to need an arcade stick. Speaking of shoot-'em-ups, I got a real nice package from Japan a couple of weeks ago, and that is the Dojin Shoot-'em-up Rolling Gunner. This is a side-scrolling game that I'm not sure I would classify it specifically as a bullet hell game or a Danmaku, but it definitely has a lot of bullets on the screen from time to time and is fairly hectic. Really nice looking package, fairly professionally produced for an independent group. But this game has received really good reviews and was very highly praised by Studio Mudprints, Bullet Heaven. I also happened to buy the soundtrack by someone named Kosio, and so that is the soundtrack CD. Has tracks from the game and looks really nice. It's a really nice package overall, and really good inlay art there with showcasing the ship that you fly. So very happy to have this. This was very inexpensive, actually. I think this was only right around $25 or thereabouts. It's 2,500 yen on the Euro 7 shop, and the soundtrack was only 1,500 yen. So pretty good deal. Definitely something I would recommend. Got another package here that I'm going to open for you, and that is the IndieBox physical version of Assault Android Cactus. One of the cool things is they provided, which I'm not going to show you, but they provided a sticker on the top of the plastic here that says, "Don't want to open your box? Use your Steam key." And so they provide a complimentary Steam key. But in here, I believe, is a USB key that actually has the game on it. But it is a limited edition. I've got 2,344 of 6,500. And it's a real nice box. Kind of reminds you of not a big box PC game, but kind of what you started to see toward the mid-2000s maybe at Walmart. They stopped selling big box and they started to move toward this kind of medium box format. And now they're all doing either DVD cases or CD cases or just download cards. for Steam games and things like that. But yeah, I'll go ahead and unwrap the plastic here so I can show everyone what is inside. Yeah, check this out. So, I got quite a few items inside of here. So we have this, I believe, is the USB key itself that has the game on it. Pretty cool little item there. May also have the soundtrack. Comes with an actual nice printed instruction manual. And yeah, it's full color. Has nice print and glossy pages there. Nice art. Kind of explains everything. Has some screenshots. Looks really nice. And so this is a really high quality manual. There's this little IndieBox newsletter that came with it, which is kind of cool. There are some stickers, IndieBox logo sticker, and Assault Android Cactus sticker. Pretty cool. Speaking of soundtracks, there is the official soundtrack CD there. So that is pretty awesome to have that. Nice, nice little sleeve there. And this little set of these little, I'm not sure what you call them, charms or something like that, and a set of little lanyards or whatever, or bracelet things, so that you can wear these, which is kind of a neat item. Probably not something that I'll ever take out of the plastic, just so I can keep it in good condition, but kind of a fun item nonetheless. And there's also this, not sure what this is. I don't remember from the description anymore what this was supposed to be. Oh yes, this is my official badge for the Interplanetary Police. That is apparently what your characters are. And so this is Cactus, of course, the main character of the game. So that's kind of a neat item. You know, pretty basic, but still kind of a fun thing. You know, that's the kind of thing you get in collector's editions and special releases like this. So it's kind of a fun little extra, not unlike you know, some of the extra stuff you get with like the Lunar games and what have you. So a fun overall package, and pretty good variety of stuff that you get here. The other thing that they sent along with it, I'll go ahead and put all of this back in the box. The other thing that they sent with it is this little card, and I'm going to cover up the key here, but it's a free download on Steam from this developer, Accidental Queens, and I think the game is A Normal Lost Phone. And so it's kind of a bonus game that I get. So not only do I get the game on the USB key and the Steam key for it, but I get a bonus Steam key. So kudos to IndieBox for really making a very captivating product. The big thing that I got this month is another limited run piece that I've been waiting on, and that is the treasure box. Now, this is Mercenary Kings and Flinthook, and the reason that it was delayed so long is because of this thing. This box did not have Nintendo Switch branding on it, and that was something that Nintendo apparently told Limited Run Games fairly late in the game that it needed to have the Nintendo Switch branding on the box. It also needed to have the ESRB rating, since this is technically a US release. So this was the original product that they ordered and were going to ship. It's the treasure box containing both Mercenary Kings Reloaded Edition and Flinthook. But because it did not have the Nintendo Switch branding, they had to backpedal a little bit and print these, which then also has the ratings on the back and information to satisfy Nintendo and their branding and also their requirements. So I'm going to hold on to this, of course, because it's part of the package, but it's an interesting story on how that did. And of course, now with everything going forward, Limited Run will be producing everything properly branded and all that. But of course, it came with trading cards. So here is card number 245, and that is Mercenary Kings, I believe. Yep, Mercenary Kings. Here is card 244, which is a Flint Hook card. Kind of a neat little deal there. And then it also came with this nice little extra card that they included. Mercenary Kings, of course, being a bit of a run and gun, so they aped the Konami Silverbox art, making it similar to Contra, which I'm sure was a big inspiration for the game. And this little card apologizing for it taking so long to ship the treasure box, but of course they mentioned in their shipping update email as to why it was and the whole Nintendo branding thing. So it's unfortunate that it took so long, but it's understandable given the hoops that they had to jump through in order to make sure that they met Nintendo's standard for the product. So let me break the plastic here and get this bad boy open so we can all take a look. I don't know how many of you have purchased any Limited Run games, but this might be well, no, I can say with confidence, this is definitely the most elaborate one that I've purchased. Most everything else is either the standard release or a limited edition release like the Super Hydora, but none of them have been quite this big or this much stuff. So, get that plastic off here. So yeah, there's Flint Hook on the one side and Mercenary Kings on the other. Let's open this up here. So right away, I've got some styrofoam inserts for packing. Got a couple of CDs here. Soundtrack CDs there for Mercenary King and for Flint Hook. And another large styrofoam block. And oh, check this out. Look at all this fun stuff here. Wow. I'll set this over here. So, ooh, that's pretty cool. I'll show that here in a second. But first of all, we got these posters. So here is... Wow, this is pretty cool. So this is double-sided. We got Mercenary Kings on this side and on that side, so you can put it either way. Of course, this mirrors the cover art. That's pretty cool. And then there's this Flint Hook poster. Oh. Gotta be careful not to rip it. Okay, so I've got this cool art here, which is actually a lot like the trading card. And then, of course, the front cover art without all the red on the treasure box. So that's a neat item there. And then we, of course, have the games themselves, Mercenary Kings and Flint Hook. I'll go ahead and crack the plastic on these. Normally they come with a manual, and we'll just double check that and open them up so you can all see what this looks like inside. All right, yes. And of course there's, oh, fun. So there's the main art, reversible art on the inside, a nice thick manual, and of course the game card there. And as always, oh cool, there's some fun concept art in here, and screenshots and other fun stuff in there. Oh yeah. Flint Hook, the mini art book. So very cool. This is actually just an art book, not an instruction manual. Presumably because it's a fairly simple action platform adventure game. But still neat to have the little art book. So that is Flint Hook. Go ahead and crack open Mercenary Kings here. As I fight with the plastic. Alright, and similarly, we've got the main art and the reversible art there, the game card, and another booklet here. And, ooh, this is cool. This is a little mini comic book. Very cool. Yeah, looks like the whole thing is a comic book with some pretty neat art. And kind of retro styled and some pretty cool stuff there. So that's a fun item. We'll definitely have to give that a look and read through the comic. And there's also this item inside here. This is pretty cool. This is a double-sided steel book. So you got Flint Hook there, Mercenary Kings there. And so if you want to put both of the games in this case, you've got space for a manual here, and then space for both game cards there. So that's pretty cool. That's a neat little extra item that is pretty cool that they threw in. And both of the logos are shiny and have a textured feel on them. So it's a really, really cool piece. So very excited to finally have that. The last item that I have to show you, or items I should say, are of course this shirt, which is the Shoot the Corecast official podcast shirt that I mentioned in my previous video. And make sure you go order one if you haven't already after watching the first video. I'll have a link in the description. But the other thing I ordered from Redbubble was a Bullet Heaven shirt. Now the Shmup Yours is a little bit edgier than I would normally get, but I had to support Bullet Heaven and Studio Mudprints with a shirt purchase because I found out about it and decided I pretty much had to have it because it says Bullet Heaven and has the logo right here. And also because Sarah Flash from Studio Mudprints and Bullet Heaven designed the logo for this shirt, I felt like I had to buy this. Plus it was pretty awesome and I like the orange and decided that's what I wanted to go with. So that's all I have for October. I know I've got some stuff coming next month, and in fact I got a notice on my door about a package that They tried to deliver today, but I had to sign for it and I wasn't home because I have a job. So I'll be going to the post office tomorrow to pick that up, which means it will be probably the first item that I show off for my November pickups video. But that's all I have for you for now. If you like this video, consider giving it a thumbs up so I know that you want to see more of my pickups and more videos like this. Also consider subscribing so you can see more of my content in your YouTube feed. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at GameBoyGuru. I will have a link in the description below to my blog where you can read my Game Boy game reviews. That is GameBoyGuru.blogspot.com. And also make sure you check out Nira and his channel. He provided the Super Mario Land overworld music that I use as the intro for my videos. And he's got a bunch of other great chiptune and game music covers as well, so make sure you go check those out. As always, thanks for watching, thanks for playing, and game on.